Hello everybody, welcome back to another Budget With Me in YNAB video. If you're new here, my name is Alyssa, I am 34 years old, and I'm back today to budget a couple of paychecks I've been missing for the past couple of weeks, as well as $49.46 of cash back that I cashed out from my credit cards. So I have two paychecks, each for $15.50 as per usual. I've been gone the past couple of weeks for a mixture of reasons. I mean, moving and getting the place settled has obviously been pretty busy. If you're new here, I just moved out of my parents' house. I was living with them for the past 3 years, and I just, in the past few weeks, moved into a townhouse with my boyfriend. So we're settling in, and also work has just been like uncharacteristically busy. Like I work remotely, I'm a remote contractor, and I've just been glued to my seat and not even able to really like take walks around the neighborhood or anything. I felt like I've been so busy, but that's kind of how the nature of my work is. I do email marketing. I work for a marketing company, so kind of random, but I have a lot of other tasks that I do for this company, and yeah, work has just been kind of picking up, which is always good, I guess, like definitely job security, but it has been just a little bit stressful on my brain, and I haven't been able to make these videos or like budget my money. But that's also the beauty of being a month ahead in my finances, is that it doesn't really matter when I get paid, because the only things really coming out of like each weekly paycheck is my investing. And then I also set aside money for taxes, but everything else is money from the previous month that I've already set aside for this month. So it's not too bad. Anyway, let's jump into budgeting and also making a couple of changes to my budget since my last video. So if you missed my last video, I moved out, so I'm paying rent now. And I made some shifts to my budget. One of the biggest changes that I made was I started budgeting physically into the next month. So as you can see, I have rent going here for March. Instead of what I was doing before, is I had this next month fund that I would just replenish throughout the month, and then on March 1st, I would put everything from this category into ready to assign and assign it out. And yeah, I just decided to try something new this year and see how I like it better. And I also feel like it would just be a little bit more interesting to watch and like a little bit more fun to budget out if I'm budgeting into the categories into the next month rather than just putting it all into a next month fund. So let's start by, first of all, I can just delete this holding category group now, because I guess I just have commitment issues to like deleting things out of my life. So I did not delete that in my last video because I thought maybe I would like change my mind or need it again or something. Like, I don't need it, so delete that. And then one other change, well, first of all, in my previous video, I had made a change to my fulfillment category group, kind of what I deemed my fun money before, but I am getting away from calling all of this just fun money because it's not all fun money. And since my last video, I put a few more things into this discretionary category group that just makes sense to me as far as reporting and wanting to see these expenses as this new discretionary group. And then for home, I took some things out and I'm literally just tracking how much it costs to have a roof over my head and keep the lights on. And then the essentials I brought down to pretty much my monthly recurring bills. Still a couple, like my subscriptions are obviously not essential, but they're just in this group because it's a monthly bill that I can count on. So I have my monthly subscriptions here that I know are coming out. And so I just like to have it in the essentials. Maybe it kind of does make sense to be in the discretionary, doesn't it? But for now, I'll just leave it because I like how many. I like the kind of split between how many categories I have in the essentials versus discretionary. But we'll see. I'm constantly shifting things around, so I'm sure I'll make a change. And then, yeah, so that's pretty much all the changes that I made since my last video. But I do also need to make another one. So my boyfriend and I have been trying out different meal kit boxes. And we're like going through all the promo codes, you know, getting like free boxes and half off the first box, yada yada. I might have some codes in my description box if you're looking for a meal kit box. I'll put a HelloFresh one in there. I know for sure I have that one. But yeah, anyway, so what I need to do is, so that meal kit money has just been coming out of my grocery category, which was fine. But then I realized, since my boyfriend and I, we buy our groceries together, so either he or I will take out our card in the checkout, but I run out of grocery money much quicker than he does, just because I have all of the meal kit boxes on my cards. So I just want to make sure that I have money set aside for those kit boxes to come out of my card, and I won't have as much money for just regular groceries. So he's going to be the one buying most of the stuff like at literal grocery stores. So anyway, I just want to make a new category, and we'll go like meal kits. And then what I'm gonna do is actually recategorize my meal kit boxes that I've done so far. So we've just had Dinnerly so far, but we're going to be switching to HelloFresh once the discount runs out for Dinnerly. So as you can see, the price keeps going up. I think it's going to go up to 60 something this upcoming week, and then that's when we will switch to HelloFresh. But let's categorize these as meal kits. Perfect. Okay, then we can go back and I will shift money from groceries to cover that. So 92.22. And then we're going to have another 60 coming out. Okay, yeah, see, I'm already going to be over. Okay, I don't need as much in household. Let's do 20 to meal kits. And then we can do another, I'm gonna need like 60. So let's do 40 to meal kits. And then I'm not scrambling when that charge comes out on Tuesday. And then, yeah, my boyfriend will just have to buy groceries for the rest of the month, basically. And the purpose of this food and drink category group, I explained in my last video, but these are all expenses that my boyfriend and I share, but we both really don't like just sending the same $50 on Venmo back and forth. It just feels better to, like, one person pays for it and then the next time the other person gets it, you know? But we do track things in YNAB so we can see exactly how much each other is paying, and we can kind of even things out at the end of the month, see what we both have left in our budgets, and then, you know, if he has more in his grocery budget, then he can buy the groceries for the month. But yeah, the purpose of these are to be able to shift money back and forth between these categories with ease. And I have them at the top here, or like towards the top of my budget, so that on my phone they come up quickly. I know you can pin things, but I don't know. I just rather have them at the top to begin with. I just prefer to have my discretionary expenses more at the top of my budget, because they're the ones that change the most frequently and things shift around. So yeah, I just like them at the top. And So yeah, with all that being said, these should be fine. Household can now be snoozed. And then also for Zeke, for our dog, we just found him a groomer. So he's going to be getting groomed. And I think I'm going to expect that we are each going to pay $50 towards that grooming. So I'm going to take some of that money out of my, I think I can do like, let's do $20.90 out of my supplements. I don't need all that. And then I just need $18. So let's do $17.04 from personal care. And that gets me to $50 for his groom. And then we can snooze these targets as well. Okay. I'm still getting used to doing all that because if you are new to my channel, before pretty much not the whole time I've been using YNAB, but since last year, I was using kind of an allowance category, like a holding category for my discretionary spending. And I wouldn't actually budget into these categories. I would just hold like $500 a month is what I was giving myself for discretionary expenses. And as I spent the money, I would move money from that category, from that allowance category. So I'm still getting used to like, now I chose to budget out into these categories. I think I'll find it more helpful to reserve money for these specific purposes. But now I have to get used to like shifting money around before spending on something that I did not foresee at the beginning of the month. So still just learning. Like, I feel like my budget changes every month, but that's the beauty of personal finance. And then, yeah, I think that is all I need to shift around for now. I probably will need gas money too. If I end up getting gas, actually my boyfriend might buy my next tank of gas because I bought him a tank of diesel and my gas is cheaper and it's not $78 to fill up. It's like $40 to fill up my car. So I'll just wait to see what happens the rest of the month. Okay, let's get to budgeting. So this is 2 paychecks. So I prefer during the month to budget my investing and then set aside my taxes with each paycheck. And then with the rest of the money, I will budget into the next month. But I just prefer to budget for those 2 things in the current month with each paycheck. So for investing, it's going to be $1,000 because I budget $500 per paycheck plus that $49.46 of extra income from the cash back that I earned. I am putting all of my extra income into investing this year outside of what I earned from my paychecks. And I will round that up. I want to just transfer $550 to my investing. I don't want to be transferring loose change. So let's just go ahead and transfer, what would that be? 54 cents. Okay, good. Then for taxes, I set aside $275 a week. So $275 for 2 weeks there. And then with the rest of this money, now I can go into March and budget ahead a little bit. Oh, I was like, why is this green? I need to set a target for meal kits, which I'll go ahead and set this target. I'll probably just wait until March to shift these targets. I guess I can do it now. So for meal kits, I'm going to be charged every Tuesday. And we'll say we're still getting discounts and stuff, so I'm going to do $50 a week every Tuesday that I need to set aside. And then for groceries, we will do, so I was doing $70 a week, so I'll just do the difference of that, which would be $20 a week. Okay. And that should, why does that not, wasn't it $350 before? 50 and 20. Oh, are there only 4? Oh, that's why. Okay. I was confused because next month is a 5 paycheck month for me because I get paid weekly. But in March, there are 4 Tuesdays, not 5. So that's why I was getting confused because I budget my groceries for every payday that I have, which is Monday, and there are 5 Mondays, but there are only 4 Tuesdays. So that is fine. Okay, so let's budget this money out now. So we can go ahead and finish my rent, and we will finish utilities as well. And this utility category will hopefully start building up. So we just paid our first electric bill, but it was for the first like 2, I think it was at 13 days. And it was, yeah, it was like $101, but that included $45 in setup fees. So yeah, I think this category will build up a little bit. Plus, I'm not sure how our apartment is going to bill us water. I think that will come out of rent. They'll just charge us through the portal once the water bill comes. I'm just not quite sure, but once that comes, I may need to increase this category and then shift money from the utility category to cover the water. But until then, I'm just going to let this utility build up because I have a feeling once it starts getting warmer that we will be using much more electricity. Okay, and then I will go ahead and budget out for all of my essentials for next month, car expenses. Can I cover my discretionary? Yes, I can. Can I cover my food and drink? No. We'll cover all of my discretionary. And then let's do, oh, also another change that I made is I moved my compassion category. So that was, it used to be in my essential category because I funded it every month and spent it down to 0 when I was donating last year. I was donating each month. This year, I think I've decided I'm going to set aside $100 a month towards this goal. And then by December, I will have $1,200 and I'm going to make one lump sum donation to an organization that does some sort of matching in December. So I didn't want to see that money building up. At first, I moved that compassion category to my discretionary group, but I didn't want to see my discretionary money up here just like keep building up month over month with, that it's at $200 now, it's about to be at $300. It's going to be building up over the year, and I didn't want to see that just sitting there. So I put it down here in my banana stand into my long-term savings. But then in December, I will move this money. I haven't decided if I'll just move this category into my discretionary and then spend from it there, all $1,200, or if I'll move that compassion money just into the gifts and good vibes category. Because I'm still not sure yet if I need to, for my own reporting purposes, see gifts separate from donations, but I have like all year to decide how I want to do that. But yeah, that is what that is down there. So let's go ahead and just start funding my food and drink. So we can go, let's fund my dining out and my groceries, and then put $760 into alcohol. Perfect. And yeah, we're all done. So we are almost done funding March. I'll be able to fully fund it with my next paycheck. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. Appreciate you watching and liking, subscribing, all that. I will catch you in the next video. All right. Bye, guys.